think of orientation and identity.
It may not be a specific icon, but it's a feeling of probably a lot of different things kind of being rolled into one.
Ability to be able to feel like you can move freely, or that you're permitted to go to a place where you interact, where you feel that sense of community.
He is influenced by the politics and the forums that you have, the energy that started to come, and not all of it you have a handle on.
Essentially, to use another vague term, the essence of a community. That it's different for every single person because it's what they identify with as kind of the overriding, arching thing or group of things that define who they are and where they're from.
You create a positive sense of place when you made the buildings and the business institutions and all the other things sort of blend with the natural features, and you really lose it when you sort of obliterate those natural features.
So a place needs to be created to where you can experience it on different. The experience can be beneficial on different levels, either driving or walking, and so forth.
Brand and the identity of a place determines, how you recognize it, how you experience it, and what we've done well is merge the natural, the built, and the community together so that they function hand in hand as all pieces of the puzzle.
It's where we are perceived by all of the senses. So beyond the tangible things that we think about, that we experience, but also the interpersonal things.
I feel like I lean more towards sense of place being a feeling, and I think when you ask what makes Greenville great, I think it's people coming here seeing the liveliness of a city, a small city.
That's one of the things that when you talk to folks in Greenville about what makes Greenville so great, it's centrally located. You can get to the mountains, you can get to the coast, you can go to Charlotte, you can go to Atlanta, but I don't have to be in any of those places at any one time.
Because you mind of the spirituality of Greenville and with the natural surroundings of Greenville.
I feel like Greenville has a sense of energy and involvement, that you're invited to participate and not just be a spectator on what is happening in Greenville.
This area has changed very fluidly and very dramatically from somebody who's been here a long time. There's roots of historical conservatism, and there's this budding energy of multinational cultural infusion.
A lot of homegrown wealth has managed to stay, go in and educate a return, and to keep some sense of control, if you will. That has kept a sense of integrity about Greenville, because the people who were born and raised here had the means to control the direction it grew and how it grows. So it has created an environment for people who are coming from outside. They're seeking Greenville because of what Greenville is rather than what they want Greenville to be.
We've created outdoor rooms in our downtown that really invites people to spontaneously interact in a way that they wouldn't do in the Walmart parking lot. All of this becomes an integral part of your life, and you can't help but be involved.
How do you get to the people who are making the wrong decisions and stop them?
I'm not sure you can unless you have an awful lot of money and power.
What I still don't see, and correct me if I'm wrong, is an inclusion of what is a large population here of African Americans.
I didn't see more than 8 African Americans walking down the street or interacting in downtown Greenville in the 3 years I sat outside at Coffee Underground just watching the people. Go with Andre's argument that there has been a small group of folks who have kind of guided where Greenville will go, and it's very hard to break into that group. How then do you say that on the one hand we're inclusive and that we have this overarching notion of sense of place? We really have to begin to challenge this idea. While we may have beautiful buildings, and Falls Park is a wonderful, small, compact place that has a lot of natural beauty to it, there are entire segments, as Frank has pointed out, that don't enjoy Greenville and don't even feel part of the energy to help shape what Greenville will look like in the future.
I don't see any reason why they shouldn't feel comfortable, and we need to somehow let them know that they are welcome.
It's very important for the futuristic of the place of Greenville to become multi-language so that we can communicate and accept each other in a positive way, carrying out the future.
There's a very different sense of place in southern Greenville County than there is in downtown Greenville. And there's a very different sense of place in Malden and Simpsonville and Fountain Inn than there is in downtown Greenville. It's boiling down all of those senses of places and figuring out what is the unifying factor among all of them, and how can we identify that and enhance it and build upon that and use that to start some of the inclusion dialogues.
I have a dream today